Hey, so remember how a few weeks ago I frag run so that I could afford rent? Well, I now have a decent sum of coins, but here's the thing.
I want more.
I decided to test out a few other methods to see how they stacked up. And well, you'll see the results. But before that, you probably use mods for Skyblock, right? Or maybe you use a client because your PC looks like this and it will literally explode if you put anything inside the mods folder. Well, now you no longer have to choose. Feather Client offers both, the benefits of a client and mods. It's very user-friendly, allowing you to add any mod from their mod store with a few clicks. But Powliner, Super Poggers mod 2 isn't here. Don't worry, young one, you can add your own mods as well. Just paste them into this folder. Of course, Feather also provides a variety of client-exclusive features and boosts your FPS. Sadly, it's not publicly available yet, but I will be giving away early access to 5 lucky winners, so comment your IGN below and you might win. They will be releasing it soon though, so make sure to follow their Twitter and join their Discord to keep up to date. Oh, and I'll also be using it throughout this video. Okay, back to me wanting coin. For the first of these money-making methods, we're gonna have to venture into the Dwarven mines. You probably all know how gemstone mining is good, but what about mithril mining? Up until recently, I thought this was more of a meme rather than anything else, but after watching DK's video on it, I wanted to try it for myself. So I did. First things first, I needed a decent hot mother tree. I called up my man's HS Fearless and he basically told me I'm garbage at the game and that I should get more powder. But come on guys, you know me. I don't listen to reason. He then gave me a few options and I took the one which isn't the absolute best for money, but is pretty close and also gets you some powder on the side, which is always nice. Now you might be thinking, Powliner, why no titanium insanium? Are you insanium yourself?
That's a really good one.
Here's the thing, titanium sucks. It's absolute doo-doo since Efficient Miner can no longer insta-mine it while you're mining mithril, so you basically want as little of it as possible. This perk is pretty cool though. Doesn't even cost a token to unlock, come on now. Also, the like button's been a bit sad lately, so maybe cheer it up. Anyways, the first setup I tried is what I like to call the pee pee poo poo setup. This is just full sorrow and a gemstone gauntlet, both with fine gems and a mithril golem pet because ain't no way I'm buying this stupid worm. And let me tell you, pee pee poo poo it was. Because this method is extremely consistent, I did a short 5-minute test and ended up with 220k coins, which equates to 2.64 million coins per hour. Yeah, not very good. Next is my setup, which is more of a personification of the clown emoji rather than anything else. I'm working on it, okay? Same 2 sorrow pieces and pet from before, but now with 2 divan pieces and a 555 titanium drill. And well, it wasn't much better, at 3.31 million coins per hour. Moving on. Finally, we have a pretty good setup. Full divan armor and a 655 titanium drill, both with solid gems and the same pet from before. This setup did way better than anything before it, netting me around 7.44 million coins per hour, which is alright, but it's not as good as I was hoping for it to be. Naturally, this isn't the absolute best gear, but I don't think it's the gear's fault as much as it is my own for having a total of like 50 powder combined. However, I still don't think that mithril mining is completely outclassed by gemstone mining. Sure, it makes less money, but you also don't have to spend time digging out an area or dealing with griefers. Don't get me wrong though, I still don't think it's that great, unless you have Efficient Miner at max level. Next method. Now for this one we're gonna have to go to the Dwarven mines. Oh wait, we're already here. But instead of mining, we're gonna be doing something else. Remember those golden goblins from before? Yeah, well, I killed them, so they became ghosts. So, what am I gonna do next? Kill them again, of course. Listen, I'd let them rest in peace, but they can drop cool stuff, so what am I supposed to do? Anyways, a few weeks ago I watched Deathstreak's video on ghost farming, and was really impressed by how he was able to make over 30 million coins an hour. Now this was with a ton of magic find and a very chonky emerald blade.
Mamma mia!
But I was only trying to replicate a fraction of his success. So I put on my best armor, equipped my best pet, and got a soul whip and giant sword to sword swap. If you don't know what that is, you basically use the soul whip and then immediately swap to your giant sword, and it'll take the damage of the giant sword instead. This allowed me to one-shot ghosts most of the time at long range. Now this might seem like mindless gameplay, but it's pretty tiring having to sword swap all the time. Like, this isn't chill at all. The ghosts also do a lot of damage, and I'd probably die a lot if I didn't have my Hyperion to heal whenever I was low. Not saying I didn't die anyways, but we don't talk about that. Also, for some reason mid-game players really like jumping in here and dying. Like, look at this guy. Why is he here? Why does he keep coming back? Why do we exist? Back on track now. I did this for 1 hour and got the following: 19 Volta, 13 Plasma and 11 Sorrows. This is pretty below average Sorrow luck. Or well, according to the drop rates in the bestiary at least. But I did get 2 1 million coin drops from ghosts, so I'd say I got about average or maybe even a bit above average luck on this one. Coupled with the coins from Scavenger, I got around 10 million coins in total if you sum all of these up. Not bad, but it's not really worth the trouble in my opinion. I'd honestly do this from time to time if it wasn't as sweaty as it is. I also tried doing it with just a 1-for-all soul whip instead of sword swapping, and surprisingly, it went pretty similarly. Same amount of sorrows, but I didn't get any 1 million coin drops, so the total only added up to about 7.5 million coins. Oh yeah, something else to note is that my Grandma Wolf is level 1. Because I'm stupid, I don't know bro. So my combo kept ending prematurely. Keep in mind that ghost farming has a very high gear ceiling. So if you have a large emerald blade and are able to do this in Sorrow, then it's a completely different story. Okay, now time for the final method, and in my opinion, the best one out of all I've gone over in this video. It's fishing. It's worm fishing. I'm not gonna bore you with this one too much, because you've heard of it many times before. The thing about worm fishing is that it's extremely cheap to get into. For a very good setup, all you'd really need is shark scale armor, a rod of the sea, doesn't have to be expertise 10 by the way, and a solid level ammonite pet with a washed up souvenir. Now for the armor and rod, you'll need fishing 24, which isn't very difficult to get, but if you don't have it, you can get something like a rod of legends and diver armor. Just keep in mind that you need fishing 19 to be able to fish up flaming worms. The ammonite is pretty expensive at a high level, but you can also choose to level up your own instead. Its usefulness does depend on your heart of the mountain and mining levels though, so if those aren't particularly high, I'd use a dolphin instead. Obviously you fish flaming worms out of lava, but it also has to be in the precursor remnants area. How do you find it? Either ask it in your lobby's chat, or just dig at around Y70 in the precursor remnants, and you should stumble upon one pretty quickly. Also make sure the day count is as low as possible when entering the lobby. Once you find a spot, block yourself in so that the yogs don't disturb you, turn off hostile creature sounds if you don't hit your ears, and make a little garage and start fishing the worms into it. I recommend killing them once every 4 to 4.5 minutes or so, since they do despawn after 5 minutes. You can either set a timer on your phone, or just do it every 5 in-game hours. Oh yeah, and keep in mind, Magic Find doesn't work on worm membranes, because it isn't a Magic Find drop. Anyways, after 3 hours and 26 minutes of this, I got 421 worm membranes. I know, so close. And averaged a bit over 11 million coins per hour, which is honestly kind of insane. Keep in mind the setup for this is very cheap compared to pretty much any other money-making method that makes a similar amount. It's also not draining like ghost farming or frag running. You can do it for hours on end and even watch something while you're at it. The only thing stopping you is the lobby eventually resetting, but that's a fair trade-off. Now keep in mind, my armor, rod and pet are pretty much maxed, and I even have my enrichment set to sea creature chance. But if you just use the set I described earlier, you should still be getting quite a lot of coins. Out of these 3, worm fishing is the clear winner for me, because of how accessible and brainless it is. But overall, I still think that frag running is better than all of these, especially since handles somehow cost a kidney and a half now. Seriously, how did this happen? If you want to learn more about frag running, I did a video on it a few weeks ago. But if not, that's gonna be it for no! Wait, what? I said no! Bonus money making method time! Did you know that I'm giving away 50 million coins in my Discord? You just have to click one button and you're automatically entered. So what are you waiting for? Join link in the description. Okay, take care now.